Hey guys, I'm back. um, this is going to be a general reading for Scorpio for September 7th through the 18th. I've already gone ahead and shuffled your cards. So, in a few minutes, I'll go ahead and tap into your energy and start pulling cards for you, Scorpio. Um, Again, sorry for the lateness in posting these videos. I was a little under the weather with the fires in California, but time is fluid, so take it how it resonates for you. It can resonate before or after the extended intended time period. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started, Scorpio. Okay, let me clear this out of the way. For my Scorpios. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Um, okay, Scorpio. So you have Ten of Wands upright, the Seven of Swords in reverse, the Three of Swords upright, the Four of Pentacles upright, the Hanged Man upright, and the Strength card in reverse. So the first um, row can be energy leading up from the 7th into 14th, 15th, where you are today. And then you can look at the second row possibly as the 16th, 17th, 18th, kind of like that. But again, take it how it resonates. Okay. So the Ten of Wands is talking about some type of completion. And basically, you see the card with a man carrying a heavy load on his back, but it's not burdensome. He's just taking his time, and he's really hardworking and shows like that he's got some age to him. It doesn't have to be age as in an actual age, but like some experiences with the white hair here, and he's almost at the top of the hill, and sorry about that, guys. He's almost at the top of the hill, and you see the house in the background. So this again is sorry. Okay, it's talking about completion of something and using the wisdom of experience past to come to the end of something. Okay. Um, and then with the Seven of Swords in reverse, this card, when it's upright, is talking about carrying a load that's too heavy and some burdens on your back and like weight on your shoulders. But since it's in reverse, it's talking about getting rid of that energy and coming out of that energy. So that's a good thing. And then you have the Three of Swords, which can talk about a possible like heartbreak or anxiety or worry, um, or just like general deep contemplation about something. So you see with this girl, she's got three swords. One's behind. I mean, they're all behind her, but one looks like it's in her back, but it's probably not in her back necessarily. Um, but we'll see how the other cards play out as well. Um, so let's keep going and see. Okay, so then you have the Four of Pentacles, which can talk about holding on to some type of resource or an idea too tightly. So you see this guy, he's got his little bit of money or abundance, however you want to take that. Abundance can be good health, something that's, like I said, something that's good in your life. It doesn't have to necessarily be good, actually. It can just be something that you're holding on to too tightly. And it doesn't have to be you, Scorpio. It can be somebody that you're dealing with or the situation that you're in. And then you have the Hangman upright. So the Hangman is all about looking at something from a new perspective and willing to look like a fool, but also still have some roots planted somewhere. So you literally see like a little person hanging, and he's got one foot on the ground and one foot up, like resting against the other foot. So that's what I was saying. That's why I was saying that he has some roots that are um, in the ground. So this can talk about, if it is relating to money, that there are some resources that have been saved away or that you're expecting coming in. Um, but then the next card here is the Strength reversed. Um, So that's a pretty self explanatory card, but you may be feeling in some way that some of your strength has been taken away from you or taken away from the person you're dealing with or the situation, because it was in the reverse. Um, so maybe you were too heavy handed with something. It can also be another way to look at the card, and that it needs more of like a balance with how you use your strength and um, your will or your desire, whatever you want to call it. Um, so yeah, I see that you were laying some burdens down. Maybe not all of them, because you still had a little bit of contemplation or heartache or anxiety about something. But you have been using your experience to come to a completion in something in your life, or if it's not completion, contentment. So, like I said, when the guy's going up the hill, he's almost there, and there's this house in the background. So that could be some type of contentment. But maybe possibly, sorry guys, I have something cooking in the background, but it's on auto cook, so it's good. I don't need to get up. It's just some rice. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so with the Four of Pentacles upright, can be talking about holding on to something a little bit too tightly. Um, can be holding on to like the idea of strength in some way, um, or being too heavy handed, like I was saying. But let's go ahead and pull some confirmation cards. I already went ahead and shuffled them for you beforehand. So I'll just make my little fish pile and we'll get into it here so we get some more insights about what's going on. Okay. Additional messages for Scorpio for September 7th through 18th. Additional messages and advice for Scorpio. September 7th through 18th. Additional advice. Messages for Scorpio. September 7th through 18th. Additional messages for Scorpio. September 7th through 18th. Additional messages for Scorpio. feel like there's two cards, and I'm gonna take them. Okay. Oh, that one flipped over. It's Two of Cups that flipped over. Just in case that resonates somehow, Two of Cups is a union card. So if it's not dealing with relationships or love, it can be union of two parts of yourself or working with a partnership that is agreeable with money or business. But let's see what we have here. Okay. So you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Five of Cups upright. Okay. So normally the Knight of Swords is one of the fastest moving knights. Um, and he's on his horse and he's charging ahead and he's like good to go. Um, but when it's in reverse, you talk about something isn't ready to move yet or some type of stagnant energy. It can also talk about the color red here in the card signifies strength. Obviously, when it's taken too far, it would be like rage or anger. Um, but when it's in reverse, and we do have the strength card in reverse, which also has a lot of red in the card, um, I feel like it's maybe this situation hasn't moved all the way yet because there's too much heavy handedness or too much strength about it in some way. And since it's also confirming the Four of Pentacles, like I said, Four of Pentacles is the guy who's like holding his coins really tightly, or his abundance, or his idea of what he's striving for. Because in the background, you see all these castles, if you guys can see that. Um, so, yeah, maybe you or someone around you with a situation can be holding on to something too tightly, or too heavy handedly with this idea of what, like if you think about the stereotypical idea of what it is to be strong, when you talk about like masculinity, it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be a man, obviously, or like a certain gender or whatever, how you identify. Um, but yeah, there's something here where it's blocking the full movement. Um, and then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, um, which again can talk about coming from a place of lack of power or control. Swords deal with our intellectual side and like mental clarity. So it can be saying when it's in the reverse, that you don't have the clarity that you want yet. Um, and it can be that this clarity can be coming to you after you finally put down all the burdens, because you put some down here, but not with the Three of Swords upright. There's still some anxiety here or something you're really contemplating about. So that could be not giving you that clarity and that control that you want yet. Um, but then you do have the Hangman upright, which is looking at things from another perspective. So it can be talking about that you or the person or situation is open to looking at something from a different point of view, possibly. Um, and really like digging into your roots and your support system, whatever that means for you. And then when you have the Five of Cups upright, the Five of Cups, sorry, my dog is like making noise a little bit. You okay, Hermes? Oh, you coughing? You gonna get some water? Okay, Hermes. Sorry. So with this card is this guy or this person looking at these cups that have spilled over, but not realizing there's still two behind him that are upright. You also see some type of house or castle in the distance and a bridge and some water in between. Um, so it can be talking about basically if you look at that, there's still some good things or still some things that can be turned around or looked at behind you or a different perspective with the hangman, and you're willing to make that journey across the river or the bridge. That's like, it's almost like looking at it with these other cards that are on the table already is like there's the bridge, but then there's also like he could swim across, or walk across the water. We don't know how deep it is, right? So it can be like, do you want to take the hard way, which is how he's looking at it right now. He's looking at it the hard way because he's just looking at all the spilled milk or wine or whatever it is. You know, like the saying, we cry over spilled milk. But then he doesn't realize there's a bridge behind him. There's these cups still upright behind him. So if you just, shift your perspective, or the person you're dealing with shifts their perspective, then there can be a really easier way to getting to your final destination, whatever that may be. So yeah, Scorpio, let's go ahead and pull you some quick oracle cards. I feel like that was pretty self-explanatory and not all bad. Um, yes, I already went ahead and shuffled these guys too, so I will just make a little fish pond pile, whatever. um, and these are the fairy oracle card decks. Okay. Additional advice for Scorpio for September 7th through the 18th. Additional advice for Scorpio for September 7th through the 18th. Additional advice for Scorpio for September 7th through the 18th. Additional advice for Scorpio for September 7th. Additional advice for Scorpio for September 7th. Additional advice for Scorpio for September 7th. Okay, let's see if I can pronounce this. Lagos the Wild. Okay. Let okay, it's Luathas. Lag Legolas. I don't know. Now I'm thinking Lord of the Rings, and that's not right. I'm like Legolas or whatever his name was. But anyway, we're gonna look it up in the book and see. But it's really cool. It's like this green fairy dude or person, fairy person looking down, almost like he's has this mischievous look on his face. And then there's another face that he's standing on, which almost kind of looks like a lily pad or like a mushroom. Can you guys see? Let me see. Lighting. Come on. Better? Worse? Okay. All right. Let's see real quick what it says. 57. Lagos, the Wild. Okay. Still don't know if I'm saying that right. Okay. It says haste, impulsiveness, fire, spontaneity, and balance. He is filled with fire, and the fire is associated with the creative life force. Yes, be quiet. Sorry. This fairy fires us up, gets us going, recharges our batteries and creative energies. He likes to be around when things are exciting, um, when there is life force blazing high, and he can jump in and encourage it to burn even higher. Creation and passion are his braille work. Faster, faster is his motto. Uh, we have to be careful with him. He doesn't know the meaning of words like slow, stop, rest, catnip, moderation, gradual, pace, gentle, ease, peace. These are the things that humans must know in order to live creatively and constructively with him. Anything else is fatal sooner or later, and probably sooner at that. Creation and destruction are linked. The fire that burns creates ash, which in turn acts as fertilizer for new growth. The slopes of volcanoes are highly fertile, which is why people take the risk of living and farming on them. Think of the phoenix who lays her eggs and then bursts into flames to incubate it. Birth, death, and rebirth are the cycle of fire. This card says that the wild creative energies are being brought to whatever position it represents, for you with the previous cards. It often fires at the things that surround it, energizing them as well. It tells us that it's important to think and act creatively, and it says that the energy to do so is available. Hold on. Okay. A few more sentences. Where was I? Yes. It says, new approaches are called for here. Old ideas and old behaviors will not do. Sometimes it may be useful to draw another card. No. Um, and also says it can be telling you to go for something. For example, blah, 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 blah. Um, hold on. Sometimes it is important to take the risk of making a fool of yourself to gain something amazing and wonderful. Sometimes when he says go for it, he says go for it now, and it is important to do so. And sometimes it isn't. The only reason for caution is that you're afraid of looking silly, then it probably is time to go for it. Remember, you need to keep an eye on him. Don't let him have control of your schedule or the alternator in your car. He always thinks about going faster and taking chances, which is better. And sometimes he's even right. Use your sense and your intuition. Stay grounded, even while he takes you off on a flight of fancy. Okay, interesting. Um, yeah, I mean, I think basically what it's saying, similar to the Hanged Man and to this Five of Cups upright, is that he doesn't know that these other cups are behind him, and that there's a bridge there. He can easily pass over that water to get to his final destination. So um, maybe it is saying, instead of slow down, like slowly turn around and then speed up. But again, I think it's just saying, stay grounded, which is always good advice, and follow your intuition and know that there's different ways of looking at your current situation, however it may resonate for you. I'm going to pull one more card, oracle card for you, Scorpio. Uh, which one do I want? Let's do the animal one. I have two animals. I'll do this one. And, oh, my girl's falling, my crystals. Hold on, Scorpio. All right, do your thing, girl. Stay. Okay. I need a second to shuffle here. Who doesn't need a little bit of animals in their life? Animal spirits, ancestor animals. Sometimes animals can guide us because they're more in touch with their basic needs. They don't have all these extra thoughts that we sometimes have. And so, they can help us along our path. Okay. All right. Real quick here. Scorpio. Okay. Looks like a crow. Yes, it is. It says, so nice when it's on the back. Renewal, again, in that other card say renewal. Transformation, abundance. Like the raven, with which it is often synonymous, the crow wields powerful magic. In Native American myths, the crow restores order to the heavens. A Sioux belief links the crow to abundance and prosperity. One legend tells of a white crow that warns the buffalo every time hunters approach. This leads to hunger and starvation, and the crow is eventually captured by the hunters and thrown into a fire. But it escapes before being completely burned, being only blackened by the flames. Black becomes its permanent color. As the crow flees, it promises never to warn the buffalo of approaching hunters again. The crow is thus a kind of phoenix that rises from the ashes. Oh my God, that's what the other one said. Symbolizing renewal, transformation, and the promise of abundance. All right, Scorpio. So you're gonna rise through the ashes. Okay. You're gonna transform, and you're gonna be born again. I like it. Very nice. All right, so I will clean this up later. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, Again, if you want to get a personal reading to go into more in depth into one subject area, you can check out the description box below and find my website. Otherwise, please subscribe if you haven't already so you can get notified for new readings. And yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to come back with Sagittarius in a little bit. Okay, bye.